Happy Friday Eve, everyone. I just want to go over real quick. We're having a supporter appreciation giveaway every Saturday in the month of April. So we're giving away these Midland NOAA weather radios for our supporters. In order for basically supporter appreciation month, we have this from time to time. So this NOAA weather radio is a must-have necessity for every household. It's basically like having a tornado siren in your house. It's fully customizable for warnings, customized for your county as well. If you'd like to support us and support the work we do for you all, it's $4.99 a month on Facebook or on YouTube. You can hit that join button, and there's several different ways you can support us on YouTube. Okay, we will have this drawing for supporters and our members only on YouTube as well. Tomorrow and every Saturday ongoing in April. So one of our biggest threats for tonight, this evening, tonight, and into tomorrow, all the way through tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night, is hail, and severe hail, huge, humongous hail at that. And you guys have I've been calling it gorilla hail. Well, that's a lot of storm chasers. We call them that, basically gorilla hail, because it's humongous hail and it's deadly. Okay, so probably we're talking upwards of baseball to possibly even larger size tomorrow, later tonight into tomorrow with some of these stronger storms. So this is the most significant risk that we have for hail. The severe level for hail starts down here at 1 inch, and that's about quarter size. Then we get up here towards 1.5 inch in diameter. It's a ping pong size. Golf balls. You know how bad golf balls are. They do a lot of damage to roofs, cars, windows, etc. That's only 1.75 inches in diameter. And we get up to 2 inches, hen eggs. 2.5 inches in diameter is a tennis ball. 2 3/4 is a baseball. Then you get up to 4 inches in diameter. That's softball. And we have seen some grapefruit size. And I believe there's a record in the United States for, I think, a 7 or 8 inch around hailstone that was recorded at, I don't remember what year it was, but I remember seeing it. So just want to go over this with you so you can take a look at all the different size and diameter hail. But we're going to be talking probably tennis ball, the baseball, the possibly larger than baseballs, and possible falling out of the sky. You don't want to be caught in this stuff when severe weather strikes tomorrow, especially tomorrow afternoon, across parts of the region. We'll go over that here in just a second. All right, I'm recording this as of about 8:50 or so on Friday night. So severe thunderstorm watch for far northern parts of Oklahoma, all the way through Kansas here, including Hutchinson, Wichita, Manhattan, Emporia, Arkansas City. You can get up towards Lincoln, close to Omaha, Nebraska, far southwestern Iowa. Severe thunderstorm watch until midnight Central Time. Scattered hail up to tennis ball size. Winds up to 75 miles an hour, and a lot of lightning is possible with these storms. All right, here is the risk for the rest of the night. It was updated at 7:48 this evening. Slight risk of storms across northern parts of Oklahoma through Kansas here, Pratt, Wichita, Hutchinson, Manhattan, Salina, over towards Emporia, Topeka, up towards Lincoln and Omaha, Nebraska. Slight risk here. And we have a marginal risk basically just northwest of Oklahoma City, through Chanute, over towards Kansas City, St. Joseph, up towards Des Moines, Iowa, Ames, Mason City, Sioux City, down here towards Hays, Kansas, Dodge City, and Garden City. Okay, it's huge, humongous hail tonight, up to tennis ball size, possibly a little bit larger than that. And some of these bigger storms that come through the region. Winds up to 70 miles per hour with some of these straight line winds, and then frequent lightning is possible with these storms. All right, let's take a look at tomorrow. We have an enhanced risk of severe storms from central Missouri southward to northern Louisiana for tomorrow afternoon, basically tomorrow night as well. Severe thunderstorms capable of producing large to very large hail in excess of tennis balls to baseball size is possible, as well as a couple tornadoes and damaging straight line wind gusts of 70 miles per hour is possible from Missouri through the mid-Mississippi Valley, southward into the lower Mississippi Valley as well. We're talking basically Missouri, right around St. Louis, all up to southeastern parts of Iowa. There's slight risk. Get all the way down through south central Missouri, all the way through central Arkansas, basically from a Jefferson City, Rolla, down to West Plains, Mountain Home, to Marshall, Conway, Little Rock, Hot Springs, Jonesboro, up here towards Shreveport, Louisiana as well, and just northwest of Monroe, Louisiana as well. Lufkin, Texas, you're under the gun as well, and then Memphis is under a slight risk tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night, for humongous hail, basically, and I'll show you that. Here's the hail threat. Basically 30% chance of seeing 2 inches in diameter hail or greater over basically within a 25-mile radius in any given point, basically in this red area. And then the red or the black hatched area, significant hail is possible across this area. Now here's the wind risk, 30% wind risk here of seeing 60, 70 mile per hour straight line winds within 25 miles of any given point in that area. And then here's a tornado risk, 5% chance of seeing a tornado tomorrow in these areas within 25 miles of any given point through this area. All right. All right, there's a look at the risk area one more time. Now let's go over future radar and time. All right, so Radar Omega. This is probably one of the better radar apps to use. You can get on your app store on either Android or Apple devices, or like I said, I've got a desktop version here. But like I said, here is that line of storms that's developing out here in Kansas, parts of Nebraska. There's already been a lot of severe reports. 1.5 inch hail, basically in Comanche County in Kansas. Another 1.5 inch hail report around Preston, Kansas. You get up here, there's some 1 inch hail reports. Then you get up here towards, what is this? Oh, wow. Basically wind damage up here. It said a car lifted and spun around near US 77 and Nebraska Highway 8. Signs blown down, power lines down everywhere up here. And then you got a 1.75 inch, which is golf ball size hail up here. Looks like this 1 mile northeast of Syracuse, Nebraska. This is just the precursor of what's coming this evening as this line of storms really starts getting its act together and starts slowly coming east as we go into tomorrow afternoon. All right, here's the HRRR's future radar. So this is 10 o'clock. You can see the storms is continuing to erupt out here in Kansas, parts of Nebraska, even north. You get to northwestern parts of Nebraska, it's snowing, possibly even across parts of the front range of Colorado here, just maybe even a few flakes around Denver and just east of Denver as well. Then as we get towards 11, 12 o'clock tonight, these storms really start blowing up, squalling out as well. Big time winds, 60, 70 miles an hour is possible, plus some big hail up to, sometimes tennis balls to baseball size is possible. So this is 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning here. Still got some storms ongoing across Kansas, eastern Kansas, slowly bleeding into Missouri and southwestern parts of Iowa. Got some storms developing down here in Texas, south Texas here, and then those get out of here, go towards Houston. Basically, this is going to skirt along the Gulf Coast tomorrow morning. It looks like this is about 7 a.m. tomorrow. See where this basically a kind of like a gust front that's coming out here ahead of these storms from overnight storms. So there's going to be more development out here across Missouri in the morning hours of Saturday. Across eastern Missouri, this is 9 o'clock. You see this cluster of storms down here in the Gulf. Plus, this, like I said, it's going to ride along the Louisiana coast, Gulf Coast states as we go throughout the day. So this is 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Got some storms across eastern Oklahoma. Big time storms across southeastern parts of Louisiana. And there's going to be probably a flooding risk with this as well down that way, as these storms are not really moving that fast per hour. So this is noon tomorrow. Big time storms around New Orleans and just skirting the Gulf Coast here of Mississippi and Alabama. It's kind of quiet around Arkansas, Missouri as we get towards 1 o'clock, but don't let your guard down because we're going to start getting storms develop up here in Missouri first. At about 4 o'clock, you can see these storms starting to get their act together right around 4 o'clock tomorrow. So probably about 3 to 4 tomorrow is what the time frame is to start watching for storms. I would actually probably 2 to 4. I would start watching for storms down here in Arkansas, southern Missouri, where this enhanced risk is. Okay, so look at this. We go to 5 o'clock. These storms they're just erupting. You're going to put out some big hail, and like I said, if you get a storm out here by itself as well, you're going to have a tornado risk with these storms. Okay, so this is 6 o'clock. This little line of storms here, but this is going to be some big hail producers as we go through central Arkansas, through northern parts of Arkansas, south central Missouri, up through possibly up towards northeastern Missouri, towards southeastern parts of Iowa. Got some snow starting to mix in up here in southern Minnesota on the backside of this. And then these storms really start getting their act together. And look at these basically big old bow line right here. Then it cuts back in another bowing segment back here into central Arkansas. And then storms are starting to erupt down here in northwestern parts of Louisiana around Shreveport. Okay, we have some isolated storms down here in Texas. And there's that big line of storms that was basically hugging the Gulf Coast all day long. That's going to continue to push east. So here's 8 o'clock tomorrow. Nothing really going on east of the Mississippi River. I know there was a few comments today about there's proms going on. What's the weather going to be tomorrow night? Looks like most of the day out here in Mississippi and stuff, you're going to have a few scattered storms around 3, 4 o'clock because this little impulse coming through and creating these big, huge storms across the Gulf Coast. You're going to have some scattered storms here and there across Mississippi, Tennessee, Kentucky, southern Illinois. This is 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Like I said, here comes this big, huge line of storms as we get towards 8, 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock, they're approaching the Mississippi River, getting into parts of Texas as well, development. And then just west of Monroe, Louisiana. This is 9 o'clock. Here's 10 o'clock. Finally rolling into Memphis around 10 o'clock tomorrow, northeastern parts of Mississippi. And then basically a broken line of storms all the way through southern Texas here, through Louisiana. This is 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Now we're going into Sunday morning here. Look at this. Snow on the backside of this low pressure up into Iowa, central Iowa, up towards maybe even Minneapolis as we go into Sunday morning here. Heavy snow at that. Around Minneapolis on, remember, this is going to be April 16th. So Some light snows here across parts of Iowa and Minnesota. And then basically that gets out of here. And there's going to be a slight severe weather risk. Let's go over to the east here. There's going to be a slight severe weather risk on Sunday across the southeast here, across Georgia and South Carolina. Now look at this back here in late Sunday. You got rain possibly mixing with snow in Iowa, parts of Illinois, Wisconsin on the backside of this low. So it's drawing in some pretty chilly air across the northern plains here, and we're going to get, as soon as this front moves here, we're going to cool down as well to probably near or just slightly below normal, and then we're going to warm back up next week, okay? All right, here is the recap for tomorrow. Enhanced risk across basically south central Missouri through central Missouri, Jefferson City, west or east side of Springfield, Missouri, west side of St. Louis, down through northern Arkansas, Little Rock, Conway, Hot Springs, Pine Bluff, and you get down here towards Shreveport as well. Enhanced risk. And the biggest threat tomorrow is going to be humongous hail, and it could be baseball size or larger tomorrow across this area. So stay weather aware. I'll have another update in the morning. And like I said, hit that thumbs up button and like this video if you would. And if you haven't subscribed to our Facebook or YouTube channel, it is free. Subscribe and you will get all the short range content. Every time I post content, videos, or go live, you will be notified every single time we do that on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please stay weather aware tonight, especially across the southern and central plains. And then as we go into tomorrow afternoon, between about 2 to 4 p.m. across Arkansas, southern Missouri, that's when you start watching for storm development, and storms will fire pretty quickly, and then they will turn severe pretty quickly, I think, as well, and start dropping some monster-size hail across parts of the region here. Stay weather aware, stay safe. Like I said, we're going to have a NOAA Weather Radio giveaway tomorrow in the supporter hub and the member-only hub, basically on YouTube as well. So keep an eye out for that. Thank you so much for watching, and stay weather aware and stay safe tomorrow.